Hey, hello, beautiful love light. Welcome to my channel, Heart Rhythm Healing. I'm Jamie. I'm a certified Reiki master and self-proclaimed spiritual maestro. I view myself as a conductor of all of the energetics that exist all around us all the time. And right now, oh my goodness, there are some potent, powerful energetics that are flowing right now. Sweet, my video is done. Okay, welcome to my channel. I'm going to talk about the Mayan Galactic Calendar of time today. I just came out of my subscription-based group, the Harmonic Vibrational Attunement Ensemble. There's a link in the description box below to that if you want to check it out, where I do online transmissions of life force healing, specifically and uniquely coded energetic healing for you. It's in that space, and it was truly potent and powerful. There's so many amazeballs energetics going on in the world right now. I tell you what, I know I haven't been in here for a long time. I think the last transmission I saw was like April 17th. We've entered in a whole new Wavespell, and we turned over into a new moon, this 28-day moon cycle today. And that's the reason that I came in today. There's this very cool coupling that happened today. So I was like, I need to come into my YouTube space and share that what I feel is just super potent and powerful for today. Super cool as we move forward through this lunar rotation. But we are going to zoom out, as I always do, and take a look at where we are. There are code keys, and they're just words, the energetic and vibrational quality of those words, the associations that we have with them, the pictures that they drum up, the meanings that as we spiral through time. This, just crazy, the craziness of the world as it is right now. It's just super exciting to me. And I am really happy to be here right now. I know that I haven't been here for a little while, but I've never made it a secret that I am going to show up when I feel led by spirit, and I just haven't felt it. And so I go with that. Now, within my space, theharmonic.com, I do a Monday meditative morning. I always show up in that space. I am committed to that. I show up in that space for that group every Monday. So if you want to participate in that, the link is in the description box below. You're welcome to come into the Harmonic .us and participate in the Monday meditative morning. And then I also have my Harmonic Vibrational Attunement Ensemble that I'm also committed to, and I show up in that space every Tuesday. However, while I was opening the sacred healing medicine space for that container, the Harmonic Vibrational Attunement Ensemble, the spirit put it on my heart that I need to start showing up in that space more frequently. I don't exactly know how that's going to unpack, because my life right now is super crazy. In fact, I believe that if I was listening and hearing correctly, my life is going to be a little crazy for this month of May, kind of into June. So I really feel like that transition is going to take shape more in June, after some things get settled. So I'm super excited for that, and to begin to show up in that space more and more. So instead of just Tune In Tuesday, I'm going to start coming in there more days, and I'm being more active in that space, because I feel like the time is now. And again, I flow with spirit. So I haven't been on this space because I haven't really felt the urge. And today I felt it. And it was very apparent that I needed to come in here. And so here I am. I'm super excited to share with you today. So again, we're going to zoom out. We're going to take a look at, and it's been a while, so I don't know if I'll remember all the code keys and all the things. So bear with me as I use my tools that are available to me to help me remember, to jog my memory, because I'm human and I have a lot on my mind. So sometimes accessing all of the information in my mind it doesn't come as quickly as I would appreciate sometimes. So then I get assistance, which is real life, right? Like, we have these tools at our disposal so that we can utilize them. Not that memory isn't important. I think that there is a ton of value in committing things to memory. However, we also have to recognize that we have resources at our disposal to help us. Like, that's why they're there. So I'm gonna tap into that. So if anybody has issues with that, okay, then then I'm not your cup of tea or your cup of coffee or your, I don't know, whiskey sour, whatever. Just kidding. So we are flowing through a 13-year wave spell. And currently, that wave spell is the White Wizard wave spell, of which I am a member of the tribe. So that brings up something else. If you are interested in knowing your tribe and tone galactic signature, there's a link to that in the description box below. And I would love for you to go check that out at Sue13moon.com. And if you do, please share it with me in the comments. I would love to know what you are, the people who are viewing this. I want to know. So I'm a white spectral wizard. And so it's a white wizard wave spell. And the code keys of the white wizard are what's the first? I know it's receptivity. See, y'all? I should know my own, right? I mean, should. Timelessness, receptivity. Is it universal flow? I don't think that's right. Enchants, duh, the wizard. Enchants, timelessness, and receptivity. Those are the code keys of the White Wizard waves, 13-year White Wizard wave spell, and that tribe. So if you are a White Wizard, then those code keys are imprinted within you in your energetic blueprint of enchants, timelessness, and receptivity. We are 4 years into that 13-year wave spell, which is why we find ourselves in a red self-existing moon year that is set to wrap up in July. And the code keys of red moon are purifies, flow, and universal water. And then the self-existing tone code keys are define, measure, and form. And I've said this in here before, and I feel like I need to mention it again today. I really feel that the coupling of the red moon with the self-existing tone of creation this year is so beautifully and divinely like inspired and aligned for us, because I really feel that this year is a huge bringing together of the divine union of, the sacred masculine and the divine feminine coming together to create this beautiful divine union of power with those two energetics, where the masculine and the feminine are going to be finally flowing in harmony the way that it's always meant to be. It has always, why can I not figure that out? It's always like, that's the way that it was designed. Like it was meant to be that way. And so we had this like the rush of the sacred masculine energy, and it just kind of became overbearing and overpowering. And so now that divine feminine is flowing up again to meet with the sacred masculine, to remind the sacred masculine, no, we're supposed to flow together. We work together in tandem, in divine union, to co-create and bring union, to co-create and bring everything into fruition the way that it's meant to be. Which is just so amazing and special, I think. So let's see. So we're 4 years in, and it's the red self-existing moon year. Okay, and then we have a 65-day season that we are in. We are in the blue Western Eagle season of vision. Blue Eagle code keys are, I believe, creates mind and vision, or creates vision and mind. I'm going to double check. Blue Eagle creates vision, mind. And so again, this is a tuning into the mental, planetary minded self. So it's an invitation for you to really begin to explore your mental body and your thought patterns and how they serve you or they don't serve you, and maybe begin to release what doesn't serve you, which the energetics for this whole month are so supportive of that. And we'll talk about that as we flow into the month that we just entered today. Super exciting. But really gaining clarity of mind about the vision that you have for your life and who you are here to be, and really take the steps to bring that to fruition, to create that, to use your mental capacity to really birth and manifest the vision that you have inside your mind's eye, and know and trust that you have everything you need to bring that to fruition. It all exists within you. And again, the harmonic vibrational attunement ensemble space is the place and space where I offer to allow that to percolate and begin to like piece itself together for your benefit, to help you along the way, so that you have like an accountability partner that reminds you week by week by week, over and over and over again. Or you can tune into all the library of videos that I have in there, and you can tune into it as often as you want to be reminded of how fucking powerful you truly are. That's what I want you to see. I want you to shine your love light. My love light is shining to remind you as a beacon that you are so unbelievably powerful. And we just need to all remember that and to tune in. And so the harmonic vibrational attunement ensemble is our place and space for us to come together and congregate as all the beautiful symphony of love lights, playing out our own unique and individual soul song to heal and to be uplifted and flow into harmony with our highest expression of self, because I believe that that is all uniquely different. None of us are here to be the same. So it's not that I'm going to be like you. It's not that I want you to be like me. It is that I provide the space for you to come so that you remind yourself over and over and over again of who you truly are and who you want to be, and to empower you and encourage you and give you permission to become that. Super exciting. Anyway. So again, if that sounds like something that you would be interested in being a part of, the link is in the description box below. But we have this Blue Western Eagle season of vision that's going on. It is set to wrap up in a couple weeks. I'm going to look ahead. Yeah, on June 2nd, we're going to flow into a different season. So we have a few weeks left to really solidify that Blue Western Eagle vision, season of vision, right? To really gain clarity about who we are and what it is that we seek to accomplish in this lifetime. And you can do it. You have everything that you need. You are fully equipped. You don't need me. You don't need the harmonic vibrational attunement ensemble. That is not, you don't need it. But if it is something that resonates with you and you desire it, it is available for you. So I just want to make sure that that gets said also. You are fully equipped. You do not need anybody else, but we are here to collaborate and help one another. And so that's how I have been guided to assist, is to just have that space available for any of you beautiful love lights that resonate with that idea, and that it's really affordable. The compensation, I think it's the universal law of compensation. Like whatever I put out into the world, I will be rewarded for. It doesn't matter where it comes from. I know it's going to come back to me. So I'm not concerned about it at all. And it's small. My group is super small, y'all. I don't have that many people in there at all. And it ebbs and flows as it should. But I offer it nonetheless, because I know that's where I'm meant to be. Okay. The castle of time that we are in. We are currently in the white northern castle of crossing. So I have this written down because I haven't done this enough to memorize it. All right, so that is the court of death. So here we are again. We are in this season of allowing what needs to die the opportunity to die and to decompose and break down and really release and shed that energetically, mentally, emotionally, physically from ourselves, spiritually, energetically, all the things, right? So there's this refinement. So white, the color white is tied to the code key refine, I believe. Let me double check. Yes. So we are, during this castle of time, this white northern castle of crossing, we are refining our inner warrior. We have the power of descending, right? Going down into the depths to learn about our shadow self and the aspects of us that we really need to recognize their power, how it benefits us, and accept and love those aspects of us, because we all have the parts of us that we're like, yes, look at this. This is how fucking cool I am. But oh, don't look over here. Yeah, I don't really want to talk about this. I don't want to show you this aspect. Nope. No. There's benefit to both, and we all have our positives and like our light side and our dark side, right? So it's about integrating and being accepting of all of our parts. And as we do that within ourselves, I truly believe as we integrate and love and accept the lightness and the darkness that exists within us, we naturally begin to love and accept it in others. I truly believe that. That's been my journey. In fact, I would even argue that I had to reverse engineer, because I was in a space of where I was really okay with accepting and loving the light and dark in others, while really not loving the light and dark in myself, like both. I was terrified of my light and my dark, both. I was like, oh, I'm such a piece of trash. That's where I was. And so, but I started looking at, wait a second, I don't view anybody else that way. I don't look at my friends or my family and just focus on their good parts and what makes them so amazing. I recognize that, yeah, they have these crummy aspects that I wish didn't exist, but I love both. Like, I really do love and appreciate and accept them for who they are in their totality. Why can I not do that for myself at all? And so that was my journey. I reverse engineered how I looked at others and accepted and loved them regardless. I mean, of course there were boundaries, right? But even so, like even the people who have like trashed my boundaries, they're not in my space anymore, but I still love them. I've forgiven them for the hurt. I have released the emotional attachment within me to that, and just really, like, I guess, blessed and released, right? Like, just allowed it to be what it was and not stay hung up on that thing, if that makes sense. And it's a process. Like, it's not like I was just like, I did it right away. No. It's taken a lot of time and energy and processing to flow through that and get to that space. And the crazy part is I still have to do that with like current or like recent relationships. So yeah, there was this shedding of all of the old like yucky stuff that happened in my life and really processing that, but I still have to do it. Like, I really believe it's a constant ongoing process. And the more we do it, I don't want to say the easier it gets, it's still my heart is super tender and it still really bothers me. However, like, just recognizing that life needs to flow, like it needs to flow. And what's going to happen, like, I seek not to hold things against people. I really do my best to give them the benefit of the doubt, and that they're coming from a place of just their highest possible expression, right? Like, even if they're not dialed into their highest possible expression, just that they mean well, right? Like, we're all seeking to do our best is really the space that I try to sit within, because I really want people to give me the benefit of the doubt also. I am far, far from perfect, but I want people to give me the benefit of the doubt that I'm doing the best I can with where I'm at and what I'm juggling within my own life, right? So I try to gift that to others as well. I hope I'm making sense in all of that. Anyway, so yeah, so that's this power of descending and like diving into the shadowy aspects of ourselves and really being open to integrate and love and accept those aspects in the hopes of being able to do it for other people as well. And that doesn't mean that they're going to be in our life forever. It just means that we can release that attachment and really flow through love and acceptance and forgiveness and gratitude for what that experience had to offer us at the time. Okay, so Yeah, so white refines crossing through the power of death. So that's that white northern castle of crossing that we're going through, which leads us into the new lunar cycle that we just spun into. So, yay. Hey, Dennis. How are you, beautiful love light? Thank you for being here. Um, Yes, I agree. Giving people the benefit of the doubt. And I'm not troubled. Please don't misunderstand. I've just, like life brings new things your way and you have to flow with that energy and where you're being pulled. And so while I've absolutely like wanted to be in this YouTube space, I've missed this for sure. It just wasn't like it just the energetics weren't flowing this direction, if that makes sense at all. Like, I have some things that I'm working like, honestly, I have several things that I'm working on. And so I'm one of the pieces of the things that I'm working on is really requiring a lot more of my energy right now, and it is going to throughout the course of this next month. So I'm just honoring that it's the cycle and it's where I'm at, but it doesn't trouble me. I'm just in a space of acceptance, really. But yeah, thank you for that. Shadow diving in progress. You're good company. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's those waters, man. They can be treacherous sometimes. Don't get bitten by something that you're not expecting, right? Like, yikes. I mean, it's a good thing too, and it all has the lessons that are hidden for us. Yeah, flow is good for sure. And we are in a flow right now, which is super cool. So I'm going to keep going because that's kind of what we're getting into is the flow that we're currently in energetically, which is so potent and powerful right now, which is why I'm here today. I couldn't not come in here. The urge was just too strong to be in this space to share because I recognized the lineup of what happened today, which is I went through the calendar. It's the first time that it's happened this year. I'm sure it's happened in the past before, but I was like, okay, that is a signal to me that something important is going on energetically through the spiral that we're flowing through. And so I was like, I got to come into YouTube and share with all of you beautiful love lights because it's so potent and powerful. And it's the first time that I'm going to talk about the blue storm wave spell that we're going through. So that's kind of crazy too, that we're 11 days into a 13-day wave spell. And this is the first time that I've talked about it. So that's how long it's been since I've been here, that's the way that it is, right? There's no such thing as time. I am exactly where I'm supposed to be when I'm supposed to be there. And I truly trust that wholeheartedly. So we turned the calendar from the planetary moon of manifestation that was all 28 days of the last lunar cycle into a new lunar cycle, which is the spectral moon of liberation today, which is super exciting. I want to show you this artwork in the calendar because I just think it's so cool. Pouring out that beautiful moon light energy, right? Like the goddess. Oh, funny. Cassia's on live. Oh, that's awesome. I'll have to check that out later. Very cool. Thank you for staying with me. I appreciate it. Okay, so spectral moon of liberation. So the spectral tone of creation, those code keys are dissolve, release, and liberation. So this entire lunar cycle, we are going to be flowing through the idea of dissolution, really allowing whatever things that we are kind of stuck on. Like I kept having this image of a stain, right? Like this stain that we're seeking to dissolve. To release that stain, right? And be liberated from whatever that looks like, whatever that is. Like there's something energetically, mentally, emotionally within each of us that is seeking to finally be dissolved and released. And we are flowing through the next 28 days where the energetics are so potently, powerfully supportive in dissolving, releasing, and liberating whatever those things are within us. And the cool thing is also we're flowing into the 5-5 portal, which that portal is all about change and transformation and transmutation. Pluto is in retrograde. Pluto is the planet of death and rebirth. So that's also about releasing what needs to be released so that you can birth into the world what it is that is meant to be, that regenerative quality, right? To allow it to spring forth. What else is going on? Oh, we have the freaking lunar eclipse that's happening on the 5-5 portal in Scorpio. Scorpio is also about diving into the depths of the underworld and the shadowy aspects of all of us, calling upon that element of water to really cleanse and clear and purify, like all of these things. So there's that flow, Dennis, right? Like we have that flow of that watery element of the lunar eclipse, because the moon is tied to the element of water. And then we also have the lunar eclipse happening in Scorpio, which is another, that's a water element also, like all of these forces that are here for our benefit, right? And the other cool thing that I was brought to my awareness this morning while I was opening up Sacred Healing Medicine Space and the Harmonic Vibrational Attunement Ensemble is that the solar eclipse that we just had was in Aries, which is a fire sign. So here we have that purifying, hot, destructive force of fire that brings forth regeneration, bookended with the lunar eclipse and the watery, cooling, sign of Scorpio that's highly psychic and ready and willing and able to explore like the depths and the darkness within. But also that water is going to bring that cooling energy to allow the regeneration to spring forth, right? Like you got to quench the fire in order for the regeneration of the forest to be able to take shape. And so I thought that was really freaking cool. We had the element of fire that kicked off the eclipse season, and it's being wrapped up with the element of water, which is necessary in order to put out and calm and cool those fires. But the fire was necessary to like clear the path and clear the way, right? So all these very cool elementals that are taking shape. So yeah, love light stain remover. Love is a stain remover. Yes. Wash the car or the temple, however we say it. Absolutely. Just allow the water to cleanse and clear and purify anything that needs to be washed away and released and cleansed, like to, right? Clean and clear. That's what water is cleansing. I love that. But I don't, so love light stain remover. Help me break that. Is love the stain remover? Is that what you are saying? Help me understand that one, the love light stain remover. I'm not sure that I'm following. I'm sorry. Help me out, Dennis. Okay, so we are in the spectral moon of liberation. I want to talk about the blue storm Wavespell, but before I dive into that, I want to just jump forward because I think it's super cool that the first day of the spectral moon of liberation is also a spectral tone of creation. We are in the red spectral moon. So we have the red spectral moon on the first day of the spectral moon of liberation. And that was just way too coincidental for me to not, and it's what like absolutely lit that spark to be like, okay, I have to come into YouTube and talk about this because I feel like this is on purpose for a purpose. I don't fully understand it, but I definitely know that the fact that we have this entire 28-day lunar cycle to really shed all which no longer serves us. And it kicks off on a day that is a red moon in a red moon year with that spectral tone during a spectral moon. Like that was just way too coincidental, I guess, because there's no such thing as coincidences, right? Anyway, so super cool. But we are in a blue storm Wavespell. So the code keys of blue storm, I haven't looked at them yet, so this is a first, are catalyzes, self-generation, and energy. Okay, that's really cool because for whatever reason, when I said self-generation, it triggered the fact that I've been talking about regeneration, that regenerative quality that is kind of flowing from that, the fire of Aries that was ignited and sort of, burned the pathway for the water to cool and allow that regeneration, that self-regeneration, right? Like everything that we need is inside of us already. We are fully 100% equipped to be who it is that we came here to be and to do the things that we came here to do. And the more that we can be reminded of that and really allow that idea to anchor into our heart mind, to take root and to begin to blossom and grow, the better. Because we need to be reminded of how fucking powerful we really truly are. Pardon my language. I try not to cuss too much in here, but sometimes it's necessary. And you are unbelievably fucking powerful, as am I. And I don't want any of us to doubt that any longer. It's too important moving forward for each one of us to really anchor into our own personal power and know that we have everything that we need. Just like when you plant a seed, it is fully coated with everything that it needs to grow into whatever plant. So, for instance, an acorn. An acorn has all it needs to grow into an oak tree. Every single leaf that it will ever leaf is inside that seed. Everything that we need is coded inside of us. And we need to tap in and tune into that self-regenerative energy. And the blue storm there's a catalyst for that. So it catalyzes self-generation and energy. We must become the change we seek in the world. May it be. May we all truly identify and become the change that we desire to see. That is our power. Not relying on other people to change. We are the ones who are changing ourselves, because that's really the only thing that we have control over, right? Is ourselves. Although we like to think that we can control others, and sometimes we often try, right? I feel like that's really one of the overarching issues that we have in society right now, is all of the manipulation that ego has tried so hard to like get other people to do what it wants them to do. And it's like, stop. Can we just dial in and focus on and do the things that we each individually want to do, and let other people do what they want to do, and support that and cheer it on and celebrate our diversity and our uniqueness? Ugh. I don't know what that needs to look like, but I really feel like we are still just really perverting that and using manipulation to bring it maybe faster than what is natural or no. I don't even know, y'all. All I know about the world that's going on right now, and it's wild, but it's so wonderful. Like, I don't know about you, but I am thrilled to be in the time, space, dimension, like where we all exist right now. I think it's thrilling and fascinating. It's a roller coaster. I've definitely had my like ride of ups and downs and dealing with all the like whirlwind of it all, right? The emotional whirlwind and all of it, but it is exhilarating. And I just think about the fact that I am like, history is being made, good, bad, otherwise, like however you want to break it down. History is being made right now, and it's really like major pivotal changes are happening right now, and I think it's so awesome. And I really believe that if we can tune into this blue storm wavespell energy and allow that self-regeneration and to really embody and become the change that we each individually want to see, and work and collaborate with one another, not manipulatively, not like seeking to control and get people to do things, to just recognize and trust that as you shine your beautiful, unique love light out into the world, it is a beacon that will begin to bring all of the other people that are like-minded, or at least in the same vein and flow as you are, to you, as those resources to help us continue to come together and collaborate and build the beautiful light grid that Mama Earth is constructing within, that we are all participating in, and to like all the light workers and the light seeds and the rainbow children, all of us are just like that full spectrum of light, right? To allow it to just shine and again, as a beacon, calling everybody, and just hold space for the being that you are here to be, and be it unabashedly, unapologetically. Be you. All right, hang on. I'm missing some messages. Love light. It would be the best stain remover. Yes, love light would be. Yeah, because light removes stains. Totally. Love light would be the best. It is the best stain remover. 100%. I got you now. Thank you for breaking that down for me. I appreciate it. Stepping into being the reflector. Yes, totally. Yes. Awesome. Okay, so where was I? Blue storm. Okay, so that brings us back to today, the red spectral moon day that we find ourselves in. So again, the code keys of red moon are purifies, universal water, and flow. I do believe. I hope I didn't just mess that up. Yes, those are the three. And then spectral is dissolve, release, and liberation. So we're going to talk about and dive into what red moon is, and then the spectral tone, which again is going to tie to this whole month. So remember that. And then there's links in the description box below. I'm going to, I link to, what is it? The Astro Dream Advisor, I think, where it breaks down the red moon a little bit deeper. We take a deeper dive into that. And then also there's the daily affirmation in the description box below that we'll read through also. All right, so red moon, the color red is associated with the direction east, and that's east for me anyway. And the code key initiates. So again, we're on this first day of the spectral moon of liberation with this red spectral moon, and it's initiating the energy. I really believe it's the initiation of these energetics of releasing and dissolving and being and feeling liberated, free to be you, free to be me. So the quote is from Heraclitus. I'm assuming that's someone from Greece, ancient Greece maybe. Quote, "You cannot step in the same river, for fresh waters are ever flowing in." I love that quote. And it's true, right? Like the water is constantly being moved and refreshed through the rains and the water cycle itself, which is super cool. The symbol for red moon appears like a beacon. So this is the symbol. Make sure that you can see that right there. So that's the red moon symbol. It appears like a beacon, which it does, kind of looks like a lighthouse a little bit. Boop. A portal inviting us into self-remembrance of who we are in our purity. Red moon is a messenger of the ever-present opportunity to renew one's being. It's what we've been talking about this whole time. It's so crazy. To rejuvenate, to cleanse ourselves, that we may be free of toxins, falsehoods, distortions, and disserving energies. To refine ourselves as clear vessels, to restore health and well-being. Perhaps the strongest forces of purification are gratitude and forgiveness. Acknowledging the totality of our human experience as a divine gift and remembering we are ever learning, innocent students of life. Isn't that the truth? I feel like I'm constantly learning. Like, it's so funny to me. One of the main things that tripped me up for like seeking to do something like these YouTube videos, or even in the harmonic.com, or posting anything online, like on social media, what always stopped me is, well, I know enough to know that like what I believe is true today, I might not believe is true tomorrow. So I don't want to say this and have it be like, public for all to go back and see anytime, anywhere. Well, okay, yeah, that's true. But the truth is that I'm constantly evolving. And I finally got to a place where I was like, you know what? I just have to be okay with the fact that I might say something one day and 2 days later feel completely opposite because I want to be able to change my mind with new information. Like, and I want other people to know that it's okay to be wrong sometimes, or to maybe you felt like you were right at the time, but to learn something new and be like, oh, that completely changes my whole perspective on that thing. And it's not that you have to apologize. You can't, I don't feel like you should apologize for what you don't know, right? But recognize that once you do know it, that you can make different like you can draw different conclusions and have a different mindset about it, and it's okay. Like, we're not perfect. So I love that we are innocent students of life. That's 100% how I want to be. I want to constantly be learning. And that's sort of how I set up this channel where I was like, I'm learning right along with y'all. Like I don't consider myself an expert in the Mayan Galactic Calendar. That's why I'm reading from the calendar, but I'm also sharing my own unique spin and twist because I don't know, I feel like it, I guess. Um, and I appreciate that y'all are here. I love that. I love that we coexist in space right now together. I just think that's so special. It's so special. Um, you're special. I hope that you know that. The power of universal water invites us to call upon our fluidity, that ability, that adaptability, right? Fluidity, adaptability, resilience, and ability to change states, which includes your mental state. You can and should change your mind or your feeling. Like it's even okay to be like all out in a fit of rage and be like, you know what, I don't want to feel this way, and just start laughing and completely change your state. That is okay. Some people think it's crazy, and maybe it is a little bit, but honestly, like change your state if that's what you need. Flow reminds us of the law of impermanence, asserting that change is the only constant in life, which is so true. In a continual process of release and renewal, we cycle in phase with nature's rhythms. So I love that because yesterday was Beltane, which is the celebration of a natural cycle and rhythm of the natural world. It is the midpoint between the vernal equinox and the summer solstice. And it's sort of this like tipping point between the beginning of spring and the beginning of summer. And so I just love that this is showing up. We cycle in phase with nature's rhythms. The more in rhythm and in tune we can become with our natural world, I really believe the more like calm and peace filled and supported we will all feel. But again, that's my space and way of thinking and feeling, and we are each entitled to thinking and feeling differently. I know that some people think that like the technological aspect of the world, that's really where we're moving and heading, and that's what provides them with all the energetics that they need, and I love that. I think that technology is wonderful, but that's not where my heart mind is. I am au natural girl. I am all about the natural cycles and rhythms and flow of the universe, and so that's really what I want to pour into and remind people of. But I appreciate the people who also are speaking to and reminding us of how valuable and beneficial technology is in our world as well. I really think that we can have both. And I really think that both can be taken to extremes. So it's about really finding that midpoint and the moderation and being collaborative and seeking to keep everything supportive and loving, and while recognizing that, yeah, the icky stuff exists, but we're working on transmuting that. I really believe that. And hopefully rising in consciousness as we are ascending. The frequency of our planet is rising. So who knows what that really means, right? But I feel like it is this up leveling of our consciousness and our awareness, and really dialing into the fact that we are a unique and integral part of the natural world. We are not separate from it. And technology exists as a part of that, right? Like we created that technology, whether it came from the stars, right? Like there's those people that think that technology came from people who have visited our planet from outer space. And you can argue whether that's true or false or whatever. And honestly, I don't know. I don't pretend to know, but it's still kind of cool to think about. But regardless, that's a part of our world and our universe and the multidimensional spaces that we find ourselves in. Like it's so crazy how much is out there and all of the things that we think we know, but we really don't know. So stay fluid and adaptable, my friends, like the red moon is calling us to. Flow reminds us of the law of impermanence, asserting that change is the only constant in life. In a continual process of release and renewal, we cycle in phase with nature's rhythms. If we are resistant to the flow of life in its patterns, as well as its unpredictability, okay, so if we're resistant to that, We may encounter unnecessary stress or struggle, or resistant to that. We may encounter unnecessary stress or struggle, or overlook fresh opportunities presenting themselves. We can't control the river of life. Therefore, it's wise to yield to the momentum of the naturally arising circumstances while staying tuned into who you are. Like, don't get swept away in the current, right? Like, it's more about recognizing that you are buoyant and you can flow with those what does it say, with the naturally arising circumstances in that flow of the river of life, right? Like, don't get swept away by the current. Stay in who you are, like anchor into the buoy that you are, and allow yourself to like bob and float with that river, if that makes sense. Okay. Water is the largest component of our planet Earth and our human bodies. Red Moon advocates hydrate your cells, bathe your bodies, cry your tears, claim your sanctity, claim it. Go with the flow of your soul and celebrate all the wonderful and various manifestations of water, moonlight, oceans, clouds, and rainstorms. May we honor this precious resource. So again, I really feel like since we're going into the lunar eclipse with that being in Scorpio, which is a water sign, and the red moon, which is, talking about purification and universal water and flow, like really like take glasses of water, put water under the moonlight and set your intentions for that water and drink it the next morning, and allow all of those energetics to really flood and fuel and fill and hydrate your cells. Take a bath, pray over that water, bless it, set your intention for that water, steep in the bath, or go to a lake, the ocean, a river, bathe in the water of Mama Nature. If it's raining, go out, dance in the rain. Like, over the course of this next week, really seek out opportunities to allow water to purify and cleanse and bathe ritualistically and intentionally your vessel. Clear your vessel, utilize that water in every opportunity that you can. Oh no, I was breaking up. Well, hopefully when the recording hits, it won't be broken up, because I haven't had any static on my end. So it might be your signal, Dennis, but yeah, I don't know where we're at, like 47 minutes and 47 seconds. So if you want to go back and like listen and hear that, hopefully it will show up clearly. I know I do have sound issues. I apologize for that. I've tried to troubleshoot, and it just, nothing that I've tried works. So I'm just working with the fact that everything that needs to be communicated will get communicated, right? Okay, so now we got to go into spectral. So again, this is for today and this entire 28-day lunar cycle, which I'm so excited about. And it's my tone. I'm a spectral tone. So that's also might be why it's kind of special, and it felt so like where like that surge and urge to come in here, because I am uniquely tied to and connected to the spectral tone of creation. But I also love that it's tone 11. I love 1111. That is the first number, like repeating number, that drew me in and began to teach me about the messages that are contained within repetitive numbers. So I love that it's tone 11. So those code keys again are dissolve, release, and liberation. 11 represents the dynamic of dissonance, accounting for randomness and non-stability. And that comes from the book, The Mayan Factor by Jose Argüelles. Tone 11 represents the power of creative dissolution and dissonant structure. What can appear as destructive or chaos may actually be the necessary forces of liberation, evoking a release from rigid structure and format. Okay, that's totally bringing up the solar eclipse in Aries and that fire element and the really like destruction of structure. Oh, awesome. Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that, Dennis. Thank you. I love that you're here. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Okay. So as we release that which no longer serves, We make way for new opportunities and understandings to emerge, setting us free from expectations or definite notions, which is kind of what I was talking about, right? Like these definite notions of like, well, if I thought this, I have to always think that. No, I don't. And neither do you. You don't have to think the same way that you did. Spectral energy breaks us out of routine, releasing us into the spectrum of possibility, like a prism refracting white light, revealing its full spectrum of colors. Tone 11 provokes us to see aspects of our wholeness that may be yet undiscovered. How cool is that? There's still parts of you that you don't even know about yet. And me too. Like, that's so cool. Aspects of our wholeness that may be yet undiscovered, guiding us to dissolve fixed concepts, fears, or habitual patterns that weigh us down. What's heavy in your life? What's weighing you down? What can you do mentally, emotionally, energetically, spiritually, intentionally to help dissolve and release the weight of that heaviness, that burden that you have constructed for yourself, whether it was for protection or guidance or coping or healing, like whatever that thing is, kind of start to unpack how you can lighten that load and allow that heaviness to begin to dissolve. Spectral power declares, I invite breakthrough. I dissolve identity. I unsolidify. I release old models for new models. I wield dissonance as a force of liberation. I redeem chaos as untamed order. I shed. I free limiting beliefs and constructs. No box, no separation, no boundaries, uncontained, free form, receptive to the prismatic range of possibility. I love it. Spectral advises, let go. Let yourself be absorbed by life itself. Be flexible in yielding to the formless flow. Allow your focus to cover a vast range. Dissolve feelings of constrictions. Welcome spontaneity, seeming disruptions, and unexpected detours. Release allegiance to limitations, reliance upon format, or fixation upon control. Undo, break down, mix it up. Allow energy to travel as it needs. Disperse into formless existence. And then the end quote comes from Jonathan Goldman of Shifting Frequencies. Quote, in the chaos it creates, dissonance can shake up static energy and allow transformation to occur if one can stay fluid when encountering its energy. So stay fluid, right? Amongst the chaos, that untamed order. I love that idea. Okay, so the daily affirmation for the red spectral moon is, I dissolve in order to purify. Releasing universal water, I seal the process of flow, right? Did I do that right? Yep. The process of flow with the spectral tone of liberation. I am guided by my own power doubled, because today the guiding power is universal water, which is the guiding power of red moon. So that's why today on this 11th day within the blue storm wave spell, we have the same, they line up. So on the first day of the wave spell, the 6th day of the wave spell, and the 11th day of the wave spell, the guiding power is the same power as the guiding power of the tribe that day exists upon. So that's why we're guided by our own power doubled. All right, we're going to go into the link that's in the description box, which is the blue storm wave spell. And we are going to scroll down to day 11, because that's where we're at. I've missed all these days, which is okay. I have missed y'all though. I'm going to repeat it again. All right. Day 11. What do I need to let go of in order to be truly liberated? I mean, that really seems to be the theme of the last few days. So, really take some time and dive into that question. What do you need to let go of in order to be truly liberated? What is finally like, where are you like, okay, I'm letting it go? It is ready to be released. And recognize you can spiral back around to it. It's okay, but you're not going to step in the same river twice. So recognize that when you spiral back around, you don't have to show up in that same way. You can make a different choice. And often I believe that's why we are revisited with certain aspects that repeat in our lives. I believe they cycle back around as an opportunity for us to be like, oh, that's right. I get to do this differently this time. Make a different choice and see, when I make this different choice, how are things going to evolve from there? Instead of continuing to do the same thing and be stuck in that cycle, I'm just going to make a different decision and see how that changes things for me, right? Which is kind of liberating. All right, so red moon qualities: signs, signals, awakened attention. I love that. Awakened attention. That's like that awareness, right? Understanding, self remembrance, divine guidance, God seed, cosmic communication, and beacon. One shadow of red moon is the tendency to float in the river of forgetfulness, feeling separate from clear awareness and guidance, which is not true. Due to the influence of the collective trance, you may have unthinkingly accepted the beliefs and values of your culture. Because of the illusion of separation from the divine, this trance may have deepened your experience of forgetting. Wow, y'all. Another shadow aspect of red moon is the tendency to direct your life primarily on the desires and needs of your ego instead of opening to the guidance of your essence self. Choices at your growth edge may feel unsure, for they transform your beliefs on your journey toward wholeness. Your intuitive guidance and internal proddings will trigger remembrance of what seems to have been forgotten. Pay attention to any sensory signs, any guidance that gives you strong feelings. In the larger pattern of cosmic communication that is available in each moment, these signs are painted everywhere. So again, I'm going to like those repeating numbers. Like for me, that was a sign. Your signs and signals might be a little bit different. And now I have different ones, right? But sometimes it's like encounters with animals also. Like you keep seeing the same animal over and over and over again. Be the translator beacon. Let red moon awaken the interpreter within you who decodes such signs. Let red moon assist you in clearly understanding your perceptions. Remembrance is a natural process. Use it naturally without becoming obsessed with it. Being overly concerned with remembrance can actually hamper your process. Also, be aware of any tendency to look to others for information about your remembrance. As fellow journeyers, we catalyze each other. However, you are the one who truly knows. Don't get lost or confused by looking outside of yourself. Always come back to your own heart mind. And again, I'm going to say again, that's exactly what the Harmonic Vibrational Attunement Ensemble is created for. It is for you to be able to weekly tune back into your, well, however often you want to actually, to tune back into yourself and to be reminded to listen to that voice inside of you, that unique connection that you have to your highest expression of self. Another shadow of red moon is self-deprecation. In this shadow, you may feel like hiding your light so that it limits you from being seen as the beacon you truly are. I was totally guilty of that for so long. I still fall back into that old pattern, but that's one of the things I'm working on shedding and releasing, is this hiding my own light, like really allowing it to shine in its full spectrum of light, to be that beacon for everybody else who wants to come into my space, my energetic space, right? And that's the beauty of technology right there, is that I can connect with people far and wide utilizing the technology. And it's just so beautiful to me. I love that. Like, I love that you are on an island, Dennis, and I am in my home in Arkansas, and we're still connected. I just think that's so freaking cool. Or wherever else all of you are. Like, I'm in my home and you are where you are, and we are still connected. That is the beauty of technology. All right, so this tendency can stem from your shy or wounded inner child, it's also the right? Like, if you are a lot of healers, we have this wound, right, that we're seeking on healing, whose sensitivity may have been suppressed through life experiences. This may or listening to other people and thinking that that's the way that you are meant to be, when in reality, no, you are meant to be your own unique expression, your own beautiful love light, not like anybody else. So this may create a desire to withdraw, or feelings of aloneness or and insecurity. On the other side of this shadow, you may be over identified with being the beacon for others. Okay, so I need to make sure that I don't jump into that either, right? Such issues show you what is between you and the clear expression of all that you are. Internal self-talk, which brings to awareness the negative self-judgments that have been separated unconsciously into shadow. You've picked up your internal critic from the judgments of a critical world. Wow, I'm going to read that again. I think that's really powerful. You have picked up your internal critic from the judgments of a critical world. So again, you can put them back down. You don't have to carry those with you. Red Moon invites you to heal the inner critic. Take the blinders off, unpack the baggage of the world's criticism. Make a conscious effort to reframe self-talk. Rescript the story that you're speaking into your cells. So we are mostly water. I encourage each of you to look into the water experiment by Dr. Emoto. It's truly remarkable, the qualities of water, and you can actually alter the structure of the water in your body through the thoughts that you think. So really take time to rescript your own personal story. What's the story that you want to tell yourself? You can rescript it, you can reframe it, you can rewrite it, and I highly recommend that you do. Again, you need to make a conscious effort to reframe self-talk that is self-diminishing. Be aware of your response to the judgmental and critical remarks of others. Allow relationships with others to support your fullest expression. And I want to say, when people say things that are judgmental or critical, I want you to receive that with a lot of grace. Because oftentimes when people are saying that, there's a couple things going on. Number one, they are afraid. They are scared of change. And when we start to think differently, we know that people are going to change. And so that scares them. Also, they mean well, right? Like, they want to protect you. They're not seeking to pull you down out of some like horrible space. Like, they really they mean well. They want to protect you. They want to make sure that you are going into it with the blinders off, eyes wide, like, hey, make sure you know all the different things, all the things that could happen, good and bad, right? So just remember that, like, when people are speaking to you and they say things that come across as judgmental and critical, it is generally coming from a place of love. Unfortunately, it's also, they've participated in the critical world that we live in. And so they're maybe still stuck in that space, and they're not flowing out of it the way that you and I are, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Just recognize, like, don't hold it against them. Like, truly, like, take your own power and recognize, okay, I hear you and I see that you're just trying to protect me, but I'm not going to hold on to what you just said, because I don't buy into that anymore. The more that we can do that, the better. And hold space for them to see and watch you evolve. And again, you're paving the way and you're giving them permission to begin to do the same, which is super cool. So allow relationships with others to support your fullest expression, even if there's criticism or judgment. As you stand in your own light, you will naturally fulfill that which you came here to do. Woo! Oh my gosh. That was way longer than what I thought it was going to be. So here, that was just so much. There's so much in the energetics that are happening, flowing through, honestly, the entire month of May, but definitely over the course of the next 7 to 10 days. There's a ton of things energetically, cosmically flowing through. So again, the more you can just envision yourself anchoring into who you truly are, taking the time to really cultivate and script who that is, anchor into that and allow yourself to bob and flow through that ever-changing river of life. That's the flow that I feel us moving through. It is going to be a continuingly wild ride, but it's also going to be very wonderful and full of wonder and love and support all the while. So beautiful, lovely. All right. Whoa, Dennis, I've missed some messages. Okay. Your spectral storm. Nice. Yeah, we do share the spectral tone of creation, don't we? My gratitude. Oh, moist kisses. I like it. Cool. We did. We found each other through this space. That's true. Working on the inner child. Good. Me too. I am also. The water blessing video by the nice doctor I watched in December with you. My second video I watched. Oh yeah, the crabs in the bucket. Yep, the crabs are trying to get out, and so the other crabs pull them back down. Again, thinking like they're keeping them safe, right? But the reality is if that crab kept climbing up the bucket, it would go to freedom, right? Yeah, no, I've heard that story before. It's very powerful for sure. How we can unknowingly pull people back into the space that they're really seeking to like flow out of. So just remember, like, change is the only constant. We are meant to change. And some people, they're really going to struggle with that change. Love them where they're at, bless them. Don't necessarily listen to them and stay anchored to their heart, mind, and thought space. Continue to flow into your own and really trust, again, like I said earlier, that you are powerful beyond measure and fully equipped with everything you need. You don't need anybody else's permission, acceptance, approval, none of it. None of it. You can want and desire that for sure. I think that's a very human quality for us to have, but you don't need it. So just stay in your flow, stay anchored into your voice, and continually remind you of who you are as often as you need to. I encourage you to write it down, to really truly like write and script out your story, who you are and who you're becoming and who you want to be, and read it to yourself as often as possible so that you remember. I love you, beautiful love light, so, so, so much. Thank you so much for being here with me. Truly, our time is the most creative and precious gift that we can share with one another. And I so appreciate the fact that you have taken, I mean, if you're still here, 1 hour and 9 minutes in, that's so awesome that you shared this time with me. I truly appreciate it. And you. Until we meet again, as always, let your love light shine. Go shine that beautiful love light of yours in the way that only you can. And of course, do all the things. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. That helps me. If you haven't subscribed already, please do that. And if you want to connect with me, there's ways in the description box below. But I just am so appreciative that you're right here, right now. That means the most to me. So thank you so very much. Until next time, I'll see you. Oh, I wasn't set up. Ha! Bye.